Rodney Dangerfield created a legendary career from one simple belief, that the world never showed him any respect. Crowds erupted whenever he adjusted his trademark red tie and launched into another savage joke about his terrible fortune, his looks, or the chaos of his personal life. You know something? I changed my mind completely. Appearance really is overrated. Yet underneath the laughter stood a man weighed down by years of heartbreak, rejection, and emotional wounds that most people could never fully see.
Oh, it's getting worse. You kid, I'm getting busy signals now. Oh, I thought I was sick. My doctor told me to take plenty of liquids and get a lot of rest. I drank till I passed out. I'll tell you, Doc, my whole family's been mixed up. My great uncle, he fought the American Revolution. He thought Washington crossed the Delaware because he had a girl in Jersey. The British are coming! The British are coming!
Thanks a lot. They were just here. Who are you?
In the closing chapter of his life, those struggles met one final, unforgettable moment, connected to late-night icon Johnny Carson.
But that thing I gave you before?
Sure, yeah.
No, I don't know, it's rough. That's not what talk about. Let's talk about health.
How is your health?
You kidding?
How is your health?
I'm not a kid. I'm getting older, Johnny. I'm getting old. You kidding? I took a vacation, went to Mexico. I got the walks. Getting old, Johnny.
Old,
you kidding? I told my wife I want to die in bed. She said, again? I got no sex life. Only sex I have is when my doctor tells me to cough. And I got a strange doctor, you know that.
Same doctor you always had?
You know my doctor, Dr. Vinnie Boombox.
Boombox, right.
Yeah. Very strange doctor. You kidding? I told him I think my wife has VD. He gave himself a shot of penicillin. Are you kidding? But he's a friend.
He's a friend, too,
He's a friend. You gotta have friends, Johnny.
You betcha.
Friends, you know. You've got nice friends, you know. I
Important
met
to
some of
have
your friends in Las Vegas, remember?
Yeah.
Stan Irwin, a nice guy.
Right.
I met your lawyer, too, Bombastic Bushkin. He's a nice
Absolutely.
guy, smart guy, too. I got a good lawyer, too.
Do you
know.
have?
Oh, very good lawyer, yeah. Actually, I met him through Dr. Vinnie Boombox, his nephew, Nicky Pompanese, you know.
Nicky Pompanese.
Very good lawyer.
Sharp man, huh?
Oh, very. What he did, Johnny, he had a rape charge reduced to tailgating.
Before the world ever knew Rodney Dangerfield, he was Jacob Cohen, a quiet and lonely kid growing up poor during the Great Depression. His father rarely stayed around, while his mother showed little warmth, leaving the young boy to spend much of his childhood roaming the streets by himself. Those painful experiences created emotional scars that followed him for the rest of his life. Rodney later transformed those memories into comedy, though the laughter often hid a much sadder reality. The legendary no respect routine was never entirely fictional. It mirrored the way he honestly felt through most of his years. His journey to fame was far from smooth. Long before audiences knew Rodney Dangerfield, he worked under the name Jack Roy and spent years performing in tiny clubs with almost no recognition. Eventually, he walked away from comedy altogether, sold aluminum siding, and attempted to build an ordinary life with his family. At one stage, he joked that after leaving show business, he was the only one aware he had disappeared. Still, the spotlight kept drawing him back. Everything shifted once he reinvented himself as Rodney Dangerfield, the anxious underdog who could never seem to get ahead. His breakout appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show instantly turned him into a national sensation.
I tell you, Doc, the whole thing goes back to my childhood. I remember. My mother and father got divorced. There was a custody fight over me, and no one showed up. Oh, I tell you, Doc, my family's always had problems. The men always married the wrong women. I tell you, Doc, to be happy in life, you gotta have the right woman. I had a great girl once. She was wonderful, beautiful, bright. I loved her. She was great. I left her for my wife and kids. And my wife, she's a beauty. I told her I was seeing a psychiatrist. She told me she was seeing a psychiatrist, a bartender, and 2 plumbers.
Soon afterward came countless appearances alongside Johnny Carson on The Tonight Show, where their chemistry became unforgettable. Carson instinctively understood Rodney's rhythm and timing, while millions of viewers tuned in simply to watch the two comedy legends together. Rodney became one of Carson's most beloved guests because every visit felt spontaneous, genuine, and wildly funny. As his popularity exploded through films like Caddyshack and Back to School, Rodney finally achieved the stardom he had spent years chasing. Even with the fame, depression and health struggles continued haunting him for decades. He fought through anxiety, loneliness, addiction, and major medical problems while still making audiences laugh.
Well, I'm keeping busy, Johnny. I'm happy about certain things. Got a boy in college, you know.
you really?
Oh, yeah, sure. Now I get decent drugs. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, kids are wild today, Johnny.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
wild. All they want is sex. Sex, that's all they want, Johnny. You know? Sure. My daughter flunked her driver's test.
Really?
Yeah. She couldn't get used to the front seat.
Close friends later revealed that comedy was often the one thing keeping his spirit alive. By the early 2000s, Rodney's health had seriously declined. He endured strokes, brain surgery, and eventually dangerous heart valve surgery. But even from inside hospital rooms, he never stopped being Rodney Dangerfield. Nurses, doctors, and visitors all witnessed the same thing. He kept delivering jokes until the very end. One particular story later became part of Hollywood folklore. During Rodney's final days, Johnny Carson reportedly came to visit him in the hospital. The two men who had spent decades making each other laugh were suddenly confronting something much heavier. Still, according to those close to Rodney, he somehow managed to perform for Carson one final time, firing off jokes from his hospital bed despite the pain he was suffering through. There was no stage, no cameras, and no roaring crowd, only two lifelong friends sharing one last moment through humor. That scene perfectly revealed who Rodney Dangerfield truly was. He devoted his entire life to turning pain into laughter. Even as his body failed and the end approached, he refused to stop entertaining the people around him. Comedy was never simply a profession for him, it was survival itself. When Rodney passed away in 2004 at the age of 82, the world lost far more than a comedian. It lost a man who showed millions of people how to laugh through heartbreak, insecurity, and struggle.
Oh,
Very
that girl was
large
fat and
girl.
ugly. Who was she ugly?
Ugly girl, huh?
How ugly? I took her to a dog show. She won, okay? Ugly chick, you kidding? I mean, they use her at prisons to cure sex offenders. She was a very ugly girl.
The performer who always claimed he received no respect ultimately became one of the most respected comedy icons in history. If you enjoyed this story and want more unforgettable Hollywood stories like this, subscribe to Golden Vintage Screen and hit the bell icon so you never miss another video.